Hello, everyone, and welcome to the fourth and final round at the 2020 Ledgestone Insurance Open presented by Grip Equipment. We're at the Sunset Hills Disc Golf Course, and we've got some of the suspects we just saw in the previous round, including Valerie and Hailey. We're also going to have Lisa Fajkus and Vanessa Van Dyken join us. And by us, I mean Holly Finley and Terry Miller, the disc golf guy. Holly, thanks for coming back. You said you love Sunset Hills. I think these geese love it as well. We saw them all over the place. You ready to take it on?
Look at those little friends. Hey, Terry. Hey, y'all. Thanks for joining us. We're running right off here with hole one. You've got out of bounds on the left and a nice, safe landing zone here on the manicured grass. The name of the game for me is to land somewhere near the sidewalk and then get a nice, safe upshot into the very sketchy green and maybe get yourself a three. So let's see what Hailey has for us.
Hailey with plenty of power. We really saw her showcase that during round number 3. And a similar shot to what we saw in 3, but not quite as close to the OB line.
Yeah, I love it. She landed close to the sidewalk, which is what I prefer. I do like to be on the right side, but yeah, I think she had a great shot. See what Valerie does. And this, I'd say, is the most popular type of throw. Most of the girls hang it out a little bit further to the right and land somewhere near that red stake that you saw. Lisa Fajkus, love that outfit.
Yeah, I think we're going to see some color coordination actually here during this round. I think there was a call ahead of time and a little bit of coordinating.
So
And,
Lisa landing up near that red stake as well, which is a good place to spot off of the tee.
and Vanessa joining the card.
And I got to give another shout to Vanessa here in that cute pleated skirt. I love the disc golf fashion.
Continues to evolve, and Vanessa's going to hang that one out to the right. The only downside to being out to the right, although you take a lot of things out of play, is it just makes that approach tougher because you can't see the pin, and you're
You're
really just
right.
trying a blind spot.
You're right, which is again why I like to be closer to the sidewalk because I want to see the tip of the basket if I can, because I'm really trying to get a three here. Lisa with a full power up shot. Look at this. Perfect. Wow, that's about a 14 footer. I know I've landed at that tree many times. Valerie in a great spot. You know, from that spot where Valerie is, you can even do a sidewalk flare skip into the green. Look at this.
Yeah, and
Money.
I think that's what I heard is a little skip off the sidewalk. And like you said, she's got a great look at the birdie. Good position as well for Vanessa. Vanessa's got it looks like a putter in her
Right?
hands.
That's what I was thinking. Is she doing a putter? That means her drive was her really far.
Yeah, it was. And she I don't know if we're going to get an OB call. I don't believe so. It just looks like she might be obstructed. Hailey, easy little
Mm.
approach shot with a flick here.
I like that because it's angled away from the water. And if you see there, I don't know if you guys have ever played this course, but that's water down there. And obviously, water's out of bounds. So, whoa, look at that. Vanessa was way down there. And sometimes, you know, if you keep rolling, you can lose your disc in the water. It's crazy. So, Vanessa just going for the safe layup and Lisa taking the proposal here. Dear
She,
basket, will you give me a putt?
we will find out, trying to get a little more level, maintaining the balance and taking the birdie.
The basket
Basket said
says I
yes.
do. The basket says I do, and here is a bird. That was nice. Way to start off the round. Heck yeah. Let's go, ladies.
You may take the birdie.
Hey, wait a second. Valerie and Lisa are wearing the same shirt.
Yes, the Innova teammates had planned it out that they would, in fact, all Innova, FPO Innova teammates, I think we saw wearing blue shirts that day. Hailey a blue shirt instead with the Discraft Hailstorm on her back.
Nice birdie from Hailey. And even though Vanessa's upshot rolled a little far, she still had an easy par out of it. So hole 2, another birdie you definitely want to get. I prefer the right route. Hang it out where there's not a lot of trees and then do a nice flare skip into the green. Some of the sidearm players go out of bounds over the sidewalk and take their flare in from the left. And if you go too far back where you saw those golf carts, that's actually out of bounds. So, whoa, that is a little far right, but it doesn't matter as long as it's in. Easy, easy, easy. Come on. No, 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 no. See? And that's just 1 or 2 feet out of bounds. I hate that. It's so unfair. Well, that's a little high. That has a little higher than you want.
Yeah, and I think she's lucky it got caught up by that tree. It
I
ultimately
agree.
came down because
I
that
feel
was,
like that would have been over the sidewalk.
yeah, certainly pushing left OB sidewalk. Otherwise, we'll see if Lisa can split the difference of those 2 throws.
Oh, this looks good.
Clips the tree just barely, but still, she's flirting with circle 1, and she lands at about 36 feet.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Vanessa's going to also play. You don't really see too many forehands out of Vanessa, so we'll see her play the backhand. She also hangs it wide right. I don't know what's pulling over there. Some gravitational pull of
Yeah,
the sunset monster or something.
exactly. You know how it goes. Looks like Val's using her Innova Nova for her upshot. It's got a nice sticky rim, so it'll catch on that green. Vanessa with her nice floaty up. I'd say those 2 girls were laying it up and not going for it by any means. Hailey looks like she's running this.
Yeah, she's trying to save the par. She's going to hit the pole also right on line, but early goings here. She's going to have the bogey. Here's Fajkus from 36.
Heck yeah, Lisa. Love it. I love her little trot to the basket. Grab that birdie out.
Hey, it's got to get you pumped. You know, you're getting off to a great start. She opens birdie. She's going to take the box, and, you know, she's ready to make a move here today.
Oh, wow. Nice putt from Valerie. It's so sunny here at Sunset Hills.
Yeah, it's pushing about maybe 9:30 or so in the morning. You see a little bit of a breeze. It's a Sunday morning. As Vanessa's going to tap in. Of course, we're early August. And full disclosure, folks, yes, this commentary took place a few months later. We got this bonus footage edited right away. And once we realized we missed the early window, we said, hey, let's save this for the off season. And now here's Holly, and we're looking at hole 3.
Terry, this is a fun one because it is very difficult. It's a low ceiling, first of all. And then you've got these bunkers, which are out of bounds. And then you've got that sidewalk, which is out of bounds. So let's say you get a safe drive. Then you got to pitch up for a putt or an upshot. It is so scary. So a lot of the girls just throw straight and then do a nice safe upshot, take a 3, and move along. Wow, I really like that play from Lisa. Look at this.
Hanging it out over that left side fairway, let it filter into the center.
Valerie takes my preferred route, which is actually the only way I've ever birdied this hole. Taking that right gap, flaring up right by that sand, and taking an uphill putt. That was a beautiful play. See what Vanessa does. It was.
And yet a different approach. She goes with the backhand up the middle. So 3 drives, 3 very different looks. We'll see if Hailey's got yet a different. Well, it looks like she's going to follow Val's lead. Oh, and just barely short of the OB sand trap. So she'll have a
Nice.
look there for birdie. We saw a little mishap during round 3.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I let it go hard. Oh my
And
Oh, man.
there was a few oh my goshes there. She was a little
Right?
bit nervous. And you see the wind now picking up as well.
This hole, the upshot makes me so nervous for myself and my competitors, and especially watching these ladies. It just hitting that pole, God, because you just don't know what's going to happen up there.
Okay, you get a half big.
Ooh, wow, well done.
Val calls it a half bid, but most importantly, it stays in bounds.
Come on, come on.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Well, we talked about how difficult this hole was,
Yeah.
how tough it played on round number 3. Today, it comes in again as the second most difficult hole on the entire course. And when it was all said and done, Jennifer Allen, the only birdie 2 out of the
Ah,
entire 40-woman field.
wow.
I mean, I took 3 every time, but.
And Vanessa talking about how she took 3 every time. And Vanessa,
That's
check the
fine.
stats. Yeah, you picked
That's
up a stroke.
great. Exactly. I would love to par every time and move along.
All right, hole 4. You love this one. Downhill.
I do.
Very gettable.
I do. There's 2 ways you can play it. If you're feeling brave, take your shot, hyzer it over the water, get on the green. If you're not feeling that day, you can just take a putter, lay it up short, and then take your putter the next time and pitch it up there and take a 3. So I think we're going to see all of these girls go for it.
Yeah, the righty backhand, we said 345, plays probably closer to 300.
Mm-hmm.
And Lisa kicking up the dirt a little bit as she's maybe 20, 22 feet away. It's hanging out wide.
Oh, and that's a good point I didn't mention, but that sand trap can come into play, which is kind of unfortunate. I've ended up there a few times myself. And also that bush to the right of the basket, it's so thick. If you get in that thing, you you have a really funny putt.
Let's see if this can stay free from trouble. It feels like you throw it and you're just like, okay, don't find trouble somewhere. And she lands right
Exactly.
in the trifecta, the Bermuda Triangle there. There's the sand trap, there's the bush, and there's the water, and she's right in the middle of the 3. And there it is. Hailey just deep of the basket. Great looking shot and 4 well executed drives here.
Yeah, I'd say everybody has a chance at a birdie. Ooh, good bid though.
This tickles that high left chain. I'm not sure how much she could see with that, with those reeds in front of her.
Yeah, that thing is super thick. Nice putt.
So that'll push Hailey to 1 under for the round as she moves to 9 overall.
Nice, Lisa.
Heck yeah. Lisa goes to 3 under on the round and 8 overall.
All right. Birdies, birdies.
Yeah, not too shabby. And this is one where you really do need to get the birdies to stay on pace with everyone. This comes in as the second easiest hole on the course. So, okay.
Well done.
What's the math on that? 2.25 for our card? 6, 9. I don't know, something like that. I think they played it as 2.25. Pretty impressive. And the next one played as the easiest hole during round number 3. And we'll see if it's going to do the same as we pan over. But hole 5, go out and get it, right?
Yeah, this is a must-get birdie. You don't want to pass this opportunity up. It's maybe the shortest hole on the course. I like to take a putter, push the ceiling, Just let it die right by the basket. Some people like to take something a little faster, fairway, get a nice hyzer shot or a mid. Sometimes if you're not feeling it, that water on the left can sort of psych you out a bit. You can play it towards the bush, which is short and right, and that's a good focal point, just to have something besides the basket to aim at.
We saw a little bit of a reset here by Lisa.
We sure did.
Always a good idea if you're got a last moment jitter or just not feeling it. Give yourself a moment, reset, tie your shoe, and get after it, but just a bit too much.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, but that's part of what that hole does. It's short, but it's not easy. I mean, actually it is. You said it was the easiest hole on the course.
Well, it still provides danger, even if it is relatively easy. It still provides danger, and and unfortunately, you have to think Vanessa just saw the previous shot, and she's like, "Oh God, oh
Yeah.
God, don't throw it over
Right.
there."
She's like, I'm not gonna mess with that. So she went over there by that bush, or actually it's two bushes now, that I mentioned before, which is a good focal point if you don't want to, risk going near the basket or you're kind of scared of the water that day. I personally find that if you just throw a putter and sort of aim at that bush, it usually ends up about just like Valerie did, which is the way I've been playing it for 5 or plus years.
We saw a huge putt by Ellen yesterday.
Yeah.
Vanessa says,
No
that's
thanks.
just a bit out of my range.
Yeah, that's no thank you. Oh boy.
Oh no.
Is it go in the water?
It,
And that is exactly why Vanessa laid it up, right?
yeah, I mean, just you didn't want
I
to
mean,
give
see
away any
two
extra
different
strokes.
you saw two different styles back to back. This is such a cool shot with that you just had with Valerie putting. Nice. I'm going to tell you a funny story real quick. One time, a disc of mine landed in that pond on the left, and the rules of the golf course are do not enter the water. Well, I reached down, I got my disc out. It was only in for a minute or two. Nice putt, Lisa. But it came out smelling so bad, and the smell never went away. I nicknamed it Old Stanky, and I have aced with this thing at the Northwoods and many other amazing courses. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's just kind of a funny Ledgestone reminder every time I use that lucky disc. Old Stanky.
Well, right now, Hailey's thinking this hole is
It's
stinky.
Old Stanky, I'm telling
Oh
you.
no. Oh,
A
she
double
misses.
bogey? That's unfortunate.
Yeah, again, easiest hole on the course statistically with 48% of the field
Yeah.
taking birdie, and she's- we got uh-oh. Does it
Oh,
smell?
look at that.
It
Look
must
at
smell
that.
now.
Yeah, it
It smells.
probably. And
Uh-oh.
how I love it when your card mates, teamwork, teamwork.
No, it was this hole. Oh yeah.
Got the quick stick, getting the stuff out of the drink there. Okay, hole 6. This is a fun one, but it's all about placement. Land on the hill to the left or on the flats to the right. Pitch your next shot up near around this sidewalk. Then your third shot should be over the pond to get yourself a 4. If you have a little mishap, it's fine to play it for a 5 because it is a par 5.
And you talked
Whoa.
about playing up to that hillside, as that might give you a little bit of a height advantage. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sure if Valerie was playing to there or if it just ended up there, but she's in a good, perfectly safe position. Lisa not quite getting over on it.
No, but that's okay.
Yeah, she'll be fine where she is.
Because again, all you're really doing is just, pitching it up to the sidewalk for the next one anyway.
Again, Lisa opening with 3 birdies in the first 5 holes so far.
Whoa. Now, if
Yeah,
over there to the right, past the sidewalk, is out of bounds. So that one, yeah, looked like that disc was almost too understable, but she got lucky and stayed in the grass there.
yeah,
See
right
what
as it
Hailey's got.
came out of her hand. She said, "Sit down, sit down, sit down."
Ooh,
She might still have some of that stank on her hand. Now at this spot, Vanessa did not get enough on it that she can even really think about going for the green. She's just trying to put it up
no.
toward the water's edge, and she turns that over.
Oh, you see that red
Ooh-wee.
stake? Yeah. No, that just hurts my feelers. I hate that because, she had a decent drive and then just to mess up the upshot, it's just annoying. You're just mad at yourself. Oh no, and this yeah, I think the best way to play it is more of a hyzer chip and land short of the sidewalk. That way you don't really have the flat skid throwing too far option. Kind of like Hailey just did. That's really what I'm trying to do, and then you just have a nice straight shot over the water.
Yeah, and
I
you saw
don't I don't like going over there where Valerie is. Like that's how Vanessa went out of bounds. It's too sketchy over there. I'm staying away.
Yeah, and we saw a little contemplation out of Hailey.
Mm-hmm.
At the last moment, she just said, "Hey, I'm just going to lay this up. I'm going to chip it up, and
Mm-hmm.
go over on my third shot." Now here's Vanessa. What would be throwing her for her fourth.
Looks like she's gonna go for this.
Yeah, she definitely is. It's got to stay clean.
Such an annoying angle with that tree there. Heck yes! Wow, that was brave. Great shot. Oh wow, look at that. A little nice footing.
Yeah, we'll see if that distracts her or not. When she's got to be,
Oh no.
Oh no. I was just gonna say she's got to keep yesterday's mishap out of her
What
head,
the-
and ouch.
That is so obnoxious. Did you see that hill jump out like that?
Yeah, talk about
Rude.
a speed bump.
Jeez.
Oh, and Hailey just barely scales the wall.
Wow. Yeah, this shot over the water is one of my favorites.
Like, shout out the Bushnell 850, trying to get an exact distance. Bushnell doesn't pay me to say that, but they are really great people, and we're seeing a lot of good use of their rangefinders, measuring in
Yeah.
Oh
feet.
my gosh.
and Lisa's, she has quite the sigh of relief as she just barely got over the edge.
I like the height on this.
That is a great looking Nova shot.
Yeah.
So smooth. Okay. I mean,
I think she made the best of a slightly bad situation.
yeah, exactly. Those are the words I was looking for. You see her at 7. Hailey sits at 7 under right now. So very, very tight here on this chase card.
Oh.
And hole 6 having its way with Vanessa, unfortunately.
You evil bogey. Get out of here. Wow. I love seeing people birdie this hole because it is just a lot of really perfectly placed shots. So it's really impressive. You don't see a lot of them. Do you have some stats for us, Terry?
Oh, I could probably rattle off, thanks to our friends at UDisc, that
Hey, friend.
averaged 5.03, so just over par, and it came in as the 13th most difficult. So, and of course, Paige Pierce found a way to take the eagle on it, but she's sometimes she's playing another game sometimes. As we
Wow.
take a look at the par 4, hole 7. You said it. There's just trying to go straight up the gut here.
Yeah, this almost 600-foot hole You want to play it just like Hailey's doing, taking the right gap. Yeah, hopefully landing somewhere where the cameraman is would be ideal. And then another upshot and grabbing yourself a birdie 3. There is out of bounds on the left, so you don't want to flirt with that if you can help it.
Yeah, if you were to land right where Paul, our cameraman, was, that would be a crush, and B, a perfect position if you could land somehow right at his feet. Big shout out to Paul and Dustin for hustling around, getting coverage for both this and for some MPO action in the afternoons. Their first assignment, and they made it a good one.
Yes, sir. We appreciate y'all. What a crush by Vanessa. I love that positioning. That'll be great for her next shot. See what Valerie has here. Yeah, sometimes that little triple tree that you saw Hailey land behind, I've landed where that thing has gotten in the way too many times, I hate to say.
Yeah, there's plenty of opening. I think if anyone's going to miss, you want to miss wide to the right here or wide left. Like you just really don't want to land center because you're going to have a few extra trees to deal with.
Exactly.
I know it sounds funny to say, but exact center of this hole is not the place to be. And here's what you're mentioning about Hailey. Kind of an awkward stance that she had and didn't really get a good pop on it.
Yeah, but we have to remember this is a par 4. So actually, so far, these ladies are doing great. It's just we all know inside we want to get a birdie here.
I mean, you're from the South originally. Did you ever refer to it as the finger pop when you saw a forehand?
Oh, no. I actually heard that from a friend of mine, Logan Bowers. He's from Tennessee, as am I. And that's what he called it. And I had never heard of that.
Yeah, I picked that one up from good old Mobile, Alabama, way back in the late '90s. That sometimes
I
just
like
referred
it.
to as a good old finger pop.
I like it.
All right, let's see what Lisa can do. She's obstructed.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Kind of an awkward stretch for her.
It was.
Little. Oh,
Wow.
good looking run for Valerie. Unfortunately, a little bit high, and oh no, Vanessa.
Ah!
You guys can tap it if you
That's
guys want.
unfortunately that's back to back for Vanessa, where she was just a bit off, leaks out on
Yeah.
her, and with that, I think we're gonna see 4 pars. This average just barely below par at 3.9. So
Yeah.
you're right there with the rest of the field, but like you were saying, a missed opportunity for sure as we head over to the uphill hole 8.
This is a tricky one because it has a low ceiling and a lot of geese, as you can clearly see here. And also, if you get close to the basket for your upshot, that sand is out of bounds. Not to mention, behind the basket is a total drop off. So you might get close enough for a putt, but then it's not even worth it. So you just lay it up and take a 3 and move along.
Oh, and flirting with the sand trap. Oh, great shot. Flirting with the sand trap, but staying inbounds is king. Ooh. Like the line by
Wow.
Lisa? Yeah, just a little bit short. It's deceptive. You think that
It
looks
is.
like it's 12 feet, and it's a little more than that, but definitely a good line. Thankfully, that stays short of the sand trap. A little bit of a left to right wind. No, stay out. No, it carries all the way over. Like I was saying, that left to right wind just feels like it was kind of pushing over her shoulder. And
Yeah.
so when she turned that over, it carried right into the sand trap. And
Yeah.
Val says, yeah, I'm just going to lay this up and move on.
To be honest, think I'd like to be a little bit closer than Val.
Yeah, you see, even Lisa says, I'm not messing with this hillside, and also lays it up.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like behind the basket, it's hard to tell, but in person, it's pretty extreme. This putt from Vanessa takes a lot of confidence. Ooh, I'm anxious to see where that ends up. Oh, I thought this was, I misspoke. I thought this was someone's upshot. This is Hailey's drive. Whoa, that's good.
Yeah.
Wow. You do not see a lot of birdies here, at least personally, I don't.
No, you really don't. And there are only 3 on the day. Hailey,
No, that makes sense.
Emily Beach, and Jennifer Allen. And you see now, you were just mentioning it. It got up and
Ah,
rolled.
see, that's why you don't even mess with a putt on that hole because that was double the length of the original putt Vanessa had. Ooh,
Yeah,
dirty.
it just got up and rolled away from her.
Yeah, and that's things you learn after you play this course year after year. Sometimes, like, you just know hole eight's putt, sometimes not worth it, just unless you're having a really amazing putting day, don't risk it. Just take the 3 and let's go to hole 9. It's like
Vanessa,
that game maturity.
I don't know anything about that. All right.
Yeah, who does? What does that even mean?
All right. We're through 8 holes, and I'm going to go take a look at hole number 9, playing it downhill for the par 4.
Couple of different ways you can play this. I like to take the shot just like the drone, bust through the center trees, flare out to the right near the geese and land, and then you can do a nice chip shot over the lake and try to get a 3. Or if you're sort of out of position, you can lay short of the lake and play it for a par 4.
And now we saw the roller by
Yeah,
King last round, and this looks like it's a little more effective, a little bit closer.
I agree. I like this one.
Little stutter step by Lisa, just cuts inside that tree, and that is prime position.
It is, but one thing is the branches hanging from the tree again make sort of a low ceiling, which can lead to a difficult upshot. And if you go over the sidewalk, that's out of bounds on the left. So, and I think that creek is out of bounds too. These girls
There's trouble everywhere.
Got some good shots so far though. I love that play by Vanessa. That's what I'm into. Cutting through the trees and landing over there in the nice open spot. Wow, look at this positioning.
Yeah, she's just short of that OB by about 5 or 6 feet. She's got a forehand. She executed it perfectly in round 3 and even better in round 4.
That was really good. I mean, you have to have a really nice touch on your sidearm because it's coming back towards the water. Well, that was impressive.
What? I thought her boyfriend was
Wow.
famous for throwing the water skip shots. We're going to take another look from the
What?
other angle.
Look at this wizardry. Okay, Vanessa, I love it.
Nice shot. She's safe.
Lisa going over too.
Oh, just a bit short, maybe a little tentative there. Hailey's got a forehand flick, asking for it to nestle. All right.
Wow.
That's about the distance she was on the previous round, maybe even a little closer than round 3. She banged that putt. Here's Fajkus going for the birdie.
That basket is so tall. And you
Sit
can't
down.
really appreciate how tall it is until you play it in person.
So maybe a slight advantage to be up on that side of the hill and left corner pocket.
Nice birdie, Hailey. Love it.
Nicely done. Here's Val for the easy tap in.
Wow. That upshot was primo.
And speaking of primo, I think we've got live disc golf and additional action coming in 2021 on the Disc Golf Network. I think we're going to see from them in just a moment. Big shout out to the Pro Tour and to the Ledgestone Insurance Open. We'll be back in a moment. And we're back. Hole number 10, otherwise known as the Groundhog Hole. Mr. Groundhog. Mr. Groundhog's residence here on 10, right?
Exactly. If you've ever played here, you might see your little groundhog friend. He lives under the shed there. This is a fun hole because it's birdieable, but those weeping willows, they guard it and they make it difficult. So I love seeing a birdie here because sometimes you have to throw it a little short and sort of finish in front of those willows and get a long putt. Because if you try to hyzer finish between them, you can end up in that bush, which is obnoxious. So yeah, this is the play here. Just a little short of the willows and then give yourself a longer putt.
And I know throughout the years, the other play is the Katrina Allen, which is to throw it to the right on the low side and then hit a blind putt up and over the bush. I feel like she's got about 10 of those throughout the last few years. It just seems to be her money spot over there.
I love it.
It's something, in fact, I count on every single year, is watching her play it to the right and then make a blind putt up and over the bush, as Lisa putting herself right there on the dance floor.
That was a great shot from Lisa. I love seeing that. So this is usually what I and most people end up with. Long putt, look at a 2, sort of feels like a bonus bird. Le bonus bird.
Don't get on fancy on us here.
Ah! That's annoying to be that close and like tickle so much chain and not get it.
Telling me. So now we've got Vanessa from maybe 20, 22 feet. She's been just off on her putts, but that one finds
yes.
Finds the
Good
pole.
job.
Nice shot.
Good job, Vanessa. That was a long one too. I like it. I like her ponytail swing.
and rightfully the smile as she walks off out of view. Here's Lisa for a birdie.
Wow, Lisa got so far up there. No! Oh, I wanted her to get that.
Really surprising, especially after seeing the start that she had. She was, I think, 3 down through the first 5, and she remains just 3 down throughout the since then. For this round. And just as a quick side note, through 10 holes on the other side, we see Paige Pierce is 7 under through the first 10 holes. And she's trying to hunt down Katrina Allen, but she's behind by 9 at the moment. So we move over here to hole 11 with our card. And little OB on that right side. You called it a frog pond, and then a manufactured pond on the short left side of this pin.
Exactly. So funny enough, they put that little manufactured OB pond in the perfect landing zone. So we've had to sort of shorten our drive or put a little bit more juice on it, try to get a little further than we have in the years prior, because that artificial OB pond hasn't always been there.
It's just like you said, in the perfect spot, and Hailey's going to clear it. And yeah.
That's a great shot. Wow.
See if this stays up. And at a certain point, you're kind of hoping like, okay, either sit down and come up way short, or stay up and clear that OB pond area. And this is a half swing almost by Lisa.
Right?
Oh, and it
It
checks
looked like
up.
she barely threw that, didn't it?
Yeah, I think she was just really saying, hey, I'm not trying to clear it, and I'm just going to
Yeah.
come up short, and then maybe make a long putt or lay up for the par, and that's exactly what we see Valerie doing.
Yep. Beautiful upshot from Valerie. Whoa, Lisa. Okay.
It's another way to birdie it if you can get that to drop.
I'm into it. Oh.
Okay. Good run.
Yeah,
But
it was.
more importantly, it sits down for her.
Wow, great birdie. I don't see a lot of them here.
You really don't. 18% of the field. So we only saw about 7 of them out of the 40 person women's field here, the FPO field. And the whole play over par.
Wow. Funny fact about Sunset, this little pond near hole 11 has more frogs out of anywhere that I've seen in my life. When you walk by this pond, hundreds upon hundreds of frogs poke their heads out or leap, back into the water. And it's just a fun little part of playing Sunset.
Well, Lisa went to grab one. I think she put it in her bag, actually, as we walked over to 12. You said this one was daunting in round number 3. It's dangerous, that's for sure. Third most difficult as well.
Man, it is so hard. There's just a lot of danger here. You've got the water on the right, and if you throw too far on the left, it's out of bounds green. This is a great position. I mean, I'm perfectly fine. I would love to land there every year. Give me that.
Hailey, I was going to say Hailey might have a tough decision, but we know she's going for that. I think a lot of other people would be like, well, I don't know if I want to run at this, but Hailey is definitely going to be going for that. And Vanessa follows up with a pretty good shot herself.
Yeah, that is a fine spot to be in. I've seen some people who just can't figure out how to play this hole, and you sort of chip it a little bit past that garage on the left. I mean, sometimes it's like, you have one of those holes on the course where you just don't know how to play it, so you sort of break it down in an unusual way to try to get a par.
A really awkward spot where Valerie landed.
Right?
She's in that bush, so she's not out of bounds. She didn't quite find the water.
Yeah.
But she's got no look at the basket, and I think she's, kind of tucked way down there.
Oh, no. That's that out of bounds spot I mentioned. That's stupid.
Oh, a little tree love. That one slowed her down just right, so she's next to the pin for the 3.
Yeah. Ooh, this is a scary putt.
So this is for bogey 4 with the penalty that she's got.
Go for this? Oh my gosh.
Oh, and it sits down, but that could have easily kicked up and then went out of bounds deep.
Wow.
Here's Hailey right at circle's edge.
Sick putt.
She is incredible.
She's so good.
Just fearless and so precise. A slightly easier putt for Vanessa.
Oh, shoot.
Not the same result, unfortunately.
Wow, Valerie didn't end up in a bad spot at all.
No, surprisingly, it didn't roll any more than what we would have thought it would have, but still a tough go at it. She walks away with the double bogey. 40% of the field took bogey or worse.
Yeah,
So
I believe that.
Tells you how tough this one is.
It is tough, Terry. It probably makes me more nervous than any other hole on the course.
You could just do what Kristen Tatar did a few years ago at Worlds and smash the chains off the tee. I mean, that's one approach. Get the basket to slow.
What?
Yeah, pretty incredible
Yeah.
shot that Scott Reek got a few years ago. All
She's
right,
a pretty
now
incredible woman.
true. This island green is this is no joke.
No, and there's two ways to play it. If you're feeling brave, you're going for the island green, but you have to land in the circle or you're out of bounds. Or you can just take a putter or a mid, do a little short, safe standstill through the gap near the fence, and then do another putter up shot and take yourself a 3. But I'd say most of the... Oh, that's stupid!
Just
Uh,
not
that's
as
the...
clean. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the risk, though, isn't it? You know, you're going for it, and that's the risk.
Vanessa's going for it
Wow, that's pretty. Come on now.
all day. Come on.
Love it. Love it. That was the little short chip shot I mentioned, landing by the fence.
I mean, if
Well played by Lisa. Yeah, sometimes if the wind isn't right, and again, you know, you're just not feeling it. Let's just go for the short chip. Well done.
Yeah, and I have to say, Lisa really put herself in a good position that she can be kind of aggressive, go at this long jumper, and she's going to walk away with a 3. But I mean, you know, you're feeling it. You throw a long one in from there, and you played it safe off the tee. That's kind of the best of both worlds. Hailey's trying to save a par, but that was not her best effort. Any OB shot goes directly to the drop zone. So just to clarify for everyone.
But what's fun, like you said, the drop zone is puttable, so you can still, you know, if you've got a good circle to putt, there's a chance you might grab it. Sweet birdie Vanessa. That feels good.
Yeah, they go from playing the 3rd most difficult to the 4th, or I'm sorry, to this being the 5th most difficult. And the next one's the 6th. So what I'm trying to say here is there's a little bit of a stretch. And then the one after that, I believe, is going to be the 1st most difficult. So this little stretch, 12 through 15, is like, all right, buckle up and hold on to your pars.
You're so funny, Terry. Hole 14, 329. This is a tough one. If you saw it off a little early on the left, it's actually out of bounds in the tall grass. And then if you want to get up to the basket, you have to throw it wide enough right and scoot in left, or low enough to get under those trees. So I'm anxious to see if anyone's going to get a birdie here.
How low that is, but it's got to sit down.
thank you.
And it does. Checks up nicely.
Love it. Love it.
Nice straight shot. Well, nearly identical. It also needs to sit down. It does. So it checks up just short of the OB. I think she'll have a pretty unobstructed look at the pin.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa's going to play it wider to the right. And as long as it gets in underneath the tree branches, she's on the dance floor.
Oh, I love that one.
And this is where Hailey really struggled. She turned the OB stroke into a double bogey, and today she said, "Yeah, I'd like to, I'd like to erase a few of those strokes."
Wow.
And Vanessa dealing with that, that I was going to say big branch. It almost looks like a sideways trunk. It's that huge.
Oh my gosh, Vanessa, what a great proposal putt. Good for you.
Very nice.
That's 2 birdies in a row. Oh, heck yeah, Lisa.
Look at that strut. She's like,
Let's
yeah, I got this.
go.
I'm
Right?
ready. She walks away with the par. She'll take what would be the only par, assuming we see the tap in here by Hailey. She's almost inside the bullseye marker, and 3 birdies and a par as both King and Fajkus go to 4 under on the round and then sit at 12 and 9 respectively.
Wow.
Here's the monster.
This one is hard, Terry, and it's really
Yeah.
about placement, okay? Don't saw it off early on the left. Just stay in the short grass, play it around the corner, then pitch it up to the green and take a 4. But if you're in the perfect position, you could maybe even play it for a 3. But this is just, for me, most importantly, staying safe. I don't want to get greedy on this hole. I think it's really difficult. I mean, that's a little short, but it's fine.
Lisa says that's an Uber layup. Maybe a little shorter than she was hoping to lay up.
Yeah.
Oh no, and that hits the one low-hanging branch and stops her almost immediately. That's
Dear
probably not even
Nate,
100 feet off the tee.
right? Dear Nate, we would like to remove that branch, please. Signed FPO Field. That was a great shot from Valerie. Sometimes if you land a little too close to that corner, it can make for a difficult second shot, though. So I'm curious to see how far up she got. That's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah, she's around the corner. She might be a little pinched up against that tree.
Yeah.
And Lisa takes off a branch or two of that tree and she pushes off to the side. She also might have some work to do. And here's where you're talking about that placement. Vanessa just saying, hey, I'm going to throw this 100 feet, just pitch it around the corner and not make any mistakes. And Val doing the same.
Exactly. Yeah, that's sometimes unfortunate what happens here. But again, it is a par 4, so there's nothing wrong with getting a 4 here.
Well, and it feels like a really disciplined thing to do. You and I both know that you sometimes throw an errant shot and all you're thinking is, I'm going to throw the hero shot that's going to save the birdie or the par. And sometimes you need to take your medicine and say, okay, let's just put this in position and get up and down from there.
I love the Superman shot or Superwoman shot. Yeah, the hero thing is my favorite. What a money up from Vanessa. That's the way to do it.
It is, and we're talking about the most difficult hole on the course, and so don't exaggerate it. Don't make it worse.
Mhm. And it looked like Lisa was even in such a bad position. Again, all she did was pitch it out 60 feet with her putter to make it easier for the next shot. So, yeah, like you said, it's a very disciplined way to play the hole. Oh, just a bit off on that one.
Doesn't connect. Yeah, during round 3, she was literally the only woman to take the birdie here,
Yeah, that was fun to watch.
and solid par for Valerie.
Whoa.
Yeah, this hole doesn't quit. There's no chill in this hole. It says, "Hey, I'm going to challenge you all the way down the fairway, and then even deep of the basket."
Oh, how annoying is that? I bet that dirt is so dry and compacted, you can hit it and just scoot. Vanessa luckily landed really close, so well
Yes,
done.
solid par for Vanessa. And again, pars will pick up strokes here all day long as the most difficult hole on the course.
Yeah, this one unfortunately stole a little bit of Lisa's lunch money. Oof.
Yeah, thwarting her her push that she was making, and looking at the lead card at this point, Paige Pierce 10 under on the round, and Katrina
Wow.
Allen at 3 under. So just 4 strokes separating the two of them.
Yeah.
And you see everyone else is kind of fighting for a distant third, fourth, or fifth, but they're off to the races on that lead card. So here we are on hole 16, 352 feet. If you throw it dead straight, you got a pot, right?
You sure do, but that little branch we're about to fly under, yeah, it's a tricky one. And sometimes you need that much height to get that far because it is 350. So, you know, I like to try to aim, just push the ceiling under that branch, get up there and give myself a circle putt.
And just underneath it, although it's
That'll be
she
okay.
turns and says, "That's okay. That'll be okay."
It is. That's a definite, you know, just a safe shot. No harm in that whatsoever. I like that too.
Sitting just outside circle 2, so about 60, 68, maybe 70 feet. And
Mm-hmm.
now Hailey's going to change up her game plan. She went with the roller, and she doesn't like this option either. But it looks like an easy up and down, at least from there, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. It's just that, you know, she knows she can birdie this and you hate to waste opportunities.
Yeah.
Lisa kind of gets that flare out where the other girls are, and even though you're not right there for an easy putt, you can still give it a long look. That'll do.
Yeah, you got to imagine, and I'll cheat and use our friends over at UDisc. I was going to say, I would think there's a lot of pars on this hole, and sure enough, there are 80% of the field overall taking pars here. I think that's 32 of the women take a par, as that's a really good bid.
Yeah, it was, and brave. Oh, get up there. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, chill, chill, chill. Whoa. That could
Wow.
have got bad real quick.
Yeah, the fact that you heard it, you know, fight through a few leaves to get
Right?
there, and then it wants to roll back on her.
It worked out though. Okay.
Just Pierce and Christine Hustis taking twos here. And
Wow.
Christine, in dramatic fashion, it says on UDisc, 148-foot throw-in.
Whoa. Oh, no, no. Oh, that
Sit.
thing better sit down.
Oh, man.
Where is it going?
Oh, so very unexpected.
Ah, that is not what you want here this late in the round. Oh, goodness. You start to wonder, you know, is it a bit of the nerves kicking in towards the finish here, getting, you know, a couple of mistakes trickling in. Hole 17, this is another really important placement shot. I'd say most of us try to land a drive past the Mando. Then our second shot is going to be inside the tunnel here, trying to give ourselves a putt for a 3.
Vanessa, a little flip up, flipped to straight, thought about turning over, and then just barely finishes. Perfect position. Pushing that left side OB, I think, is the best place to be, so to speak. You know, you see there's 2 cameramen out there. The guy on the left, I think that's Trent from the Pro Tour. I feel like if you push kind of left center, that sets you up with more options for the approach.
Absolutely. I'd agree with that. It just makes that angle in so much easier. This is a good spot from Lisa, too.
Hailey again with the roller. We
What?
saw that. Oh, and she's past the Mando tree, but that might be trouble from over there. We'll see what she can work with.
I don't know why she's not just pumping something 400 and landing a little bit past these girls, but hey, she's got a game plan. And she knows what she wants to do, I guess. So this is what I like, a little sidearm approach. Try to aim it right in the tunnel. Hopefully give yourself a putt.
Lisa's fights through. I don't think she even probably realized until she watches this how much that fought through, but she'll take it. She's got a look.
Hey,
Now,
it's not too bad back there.
I guess not.
It actually looked way more open than I expected. I mean, look at that. She's got a freaking putt. Wow. What do you know? I'm going to shut my mouth.
I would still say don't try this at home. Okay.
Right. For experts only. Okay, Vanessa's going for a long putt here.
Oh, these are so dangerous. Oh, and it sits down, thankfully.
Yeah. Wow, these girls had some great upshots. Oh.
So you see right now we've got 3 women all at 7. Hailey's at 10, and she fought through.
Nice putt.
Okay, so that's how you birdie this hole. What do we
Look
know?
at that. I don't know anything, obviously. Wow, well done, Hailey. That's a good comebacker from Vanessa. You know, that wasn't easy.
No, uphill, a little bit of roughage in your way. This is Valerie for birdie. She's really just dissected this hole.
Well done.
Yeah. So to watch them play it 2 under, very impressive. And moving on to the 72nd hole. That's some quick math, folks. 72nd hole of the event to wrap things up here at Sunset Hills. Hole
I think
18.
this is, a great finishing hole because it's birdieable for our field. And if you can aim it at those flags and then let it finish left, get yourself an easy putt. Don't saw it off early or you'll have a short shot down the hill. Also, that bush on the right can sometimes get in the way.
We saw Valerie close this out in wild fashion in round 3, making one from way back behind the banners.
Yeah, that was incredible.
This also comes in as the 3rd easiest hole on the course, which is a little bit surprising to me.
Really? I would not expect that.
No. That hit no more than 10 feet from the pin and then rolled to outside of circle 2. Not fair.
Not right.
See what Vanessa can get that to flip up.
It flattened out nice.
Just a little too much.
Yeah.
Gravity does its work.
All right, Lisa, what you got?
I like it if it stays up. Kind of in that collection area.
I agree.
If hole 18 was passing around a collection plate, that's where it would end up. And Hailey is next to the pin. Hailey trying to make a push for a podium spot here as she's out ahead of everyone else here on the chase card. So we have some circle 3 heroics. I'd put money on Lisa any day of the week to bang one from way back there.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, what would I do here? Go for it or for sure lay up?
Well, we see them start to close out. So I want to say again, thank you, Holly, for joining me. I want to thank all of our Patreon subscribers, the Pro Tour, of course, Ledgestone Insurance, along with Grip Equipment and Discraft, the presenting sponsors of the event. And looking forward to watching you and others tackle Ledgestone come 2021.
Thanks, Terry. I appreciate you having me on for these couple of rounds. Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in.
And as we said, they're going to start to clear out. Hailey is going to finish at that 11 under, and that will push her into 4th place overall as she comes off that chase card as her dad is on the bag. I think we're going to take a quick look at some of the final standings. Katrina Allen, spoiler, folks, she's your champion. Fighting off Paige Pierce, who made a charge, picking up 8 strokes during that final round. Heather Young and Hailey King taking the 4th place position. Again, we'll see you guys later for the 2021 Ledgestone Insurance Open presented by Grip.